Nope. Just put this here real fast. Look at that while I figure out what the hell's going on with this camera system. I went and said, hey, you know what? It'll be great if I freaking get the webcam thing working. And then I set it right, and then I went and clicked on another thing, and then I came back and it went back to the freaking rear camera, and I'm trying to figure out how the hell to set this thing up to be the camera that I want it to be. It's just showing, hey, you got a lot of crap on your table. Yeah, I know I got a lot of crap on my table. Well, how am I going to access the chat? This is so much easier than the fucking... God damn it. Like, it had the options there when I was... Let me see if do I have my live control room? Can I do something about this? Anything about this? Stream status bad. Not receiving video data fast enough. Well, whose fault is that? My internet's fine. Oh, Jesus. This is going fucking great. And I shared the link out everywhere, but I don't see anyone joining, so maybe it's not as bad as it could be. But I see this thing pop out. Participants, pop out chat, toggle timestamps. I don't need that. I don't need any of that. I see the stuff down here. Yeah, I can mute my microphone if I want, but and then the share button, I can end the stream, and those buttons are working fine. Where's the little thing to fucking say, hey, you know what would be great? A different camera. Why is it now clicking on my little me in the corner doesn't even do anything. Great. Wonderful. Happiness and joy. Send feedback. This button here. Describe your issues. Okay. Was able to select front cam when setting up, but went elsewhere and came back to find the rear cam on instead, and no way to change it back. Yay. Okay, so we sent some feedback. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you very much, YouTube. Switch. No, it's not. It's my Surface. They're just. I mean, I guess I could technically do that, but I'd have to like take the tablet apart and mess with the soldering to pull that off. Though, in theory, that's sound. I think the best thing I could do, potentially, is turn the whole camera, just turn the Surface around and point it at me, but then I can't, like, I won't be able to see the chat, which is an issue. So I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do with that. This is so much easier than the Hangouts on air now, wasn't it, YouTube? We're so glad you turned that off. Okay. Let me see if I can get this right. I'm going to straight up turn this around and hope for the best. I did it. Okay. That's my face. No, that's my chest. Okay, this is not going to work out either because I have to like tilt this so high up that my Surface is not exactly stable, which makes this difficult. Oh boy. Well then, I am so happy that there's no freaking option just to switch out which. Oh great, nope, no lamp burnish oil. You stay over there where you belong. So this is my table and all the crap on it. We got orange cream flavored Twinkies yesterday and some hot Cheetos. Woo! Woo. Oh, God, this is not going well. Hey, now how do I get... Hello, King Cold. Hi, this is my rear camera. I can't seem to set it to my front camera. There's, like, no option to actually change camera now. Like, there's no settings button anywhere. I can mess with the chat. I go into the live dashboard and it's like I can set broadcast alerts. That's about it. I took the picture of the title card with my front camera. It's like, hey, smile for the camera for your title card. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. And I did that goofy little thing. And then it's like starts to stream. And it's rear camera, and I can't freaking change it. Do I have a mirror? Not a large enough one. Not nearly. Well, maybe I do, but I don't. I have nothing to set it on. Like I get the mirror in the bathroom, right over there through that door. That one is just kind of sitting there, and I could just pull it out. But in order to do so, there's nothing for it to sit on. I just have a big ass mirror on my on my table. With I don't even think I can just like set up the random junk I have to actually be able to get it going. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 4, 4, 4 games. YouTube's they have officially through YouTube themselves turned off using Google Hangouts for live streaming. This is what I tried to do. I went into the YouTube Studio Classic and it still was turned off there as well. They're like, sorry, not doing it. Can't do it like that. And so here we are, because it said, you know what? Yeah, you can use your webcam. We have that button. It works. We're going to default to Microsoft Webcam Rear and give you no option to change it, except for making the title card. You can change it to front for that. But then when it comes to actually streaming, no. Wish me luck, sir. My zone vice president walking my store at about 2 at. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, I saw something like last night at last night. I went to McDonald's. Went to McDonald's. That's what I was having earlier. I was talking while eating. If I could just get a damn face camera going, god damn it. You know what? I'm gonna see about getting that there mirror. Whatever. I'm gonna get a mirror. Still need a better angle for both the mirror and the surface. Hi. This is wonderful. I gotta clean the mirror. I know people are gonna complain about that. Mirror's not spotless. So it's like, well, I didn't get any Windex for cleaning day. I'm sorry. This is not great. Not great at all. Let's see. Can I maybe? Does this stably sit in the... No, it does not. No. Okay, it's not moving there. We got a picture of the ceiling. That's great. Oh, it's light. Oh, God. Things are falling. Okay. It's the keyboard. Oh, God. Do I own a laptop or tablet with a front camera? This is my Surface. It's pretty much a tablet, but it's got laptop guts. Hi. Oh, boy. So, how's everyone doing? God damn it. Well, what was that? Oh, that was the keyboard. Flip that, the key side up. Oh, Jesus. Problem is I have to hold on to this thing for it to work. Oh, man. How do I get this to not be a pain in my ass? You can't. Okay, can I chuck this in here? Will it not break? It's gonna break, isn't it? It's gonna break. Oh, wait. Maybe I figured out a little something if I use this angle here now. Ha! Okay. So, how's everyone doing today? Oh, God. This is going fantastic. So I like how you do get a mirrored image out of the webcam. So technically, the stuff you're seeing through the mirror there in the back is that you can actually read it normally. So yeah, I can read the chat there. The light's on there in the back saying the camera in the rear is on. There's no light like that in the front. I mean, there isn't one in the front if the camera in the front is on. But yes, thank you, Mr. Games. Oh, Jesus. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you can tell I got this just seated on the fan between the base and the fan itself, just sideways going. Oh, yeah. Never a consistent working stream. Always a new fuck up for the channel. Yes. Oh, God. Where did I put my switch? Oh, it's over here. All right. Screen turned off because I had it sitting there for too long. Oh, excuse me. Little hiccups. Just had myself some McDouble. Like I said, I went to McDonald's last night. There was leftover McDoubles. That's breakfast. And talking about your Zone VP walking your store in about 2 hours, that got me thinking of that because there was someone new at that McDonald's who had the crew trainer outfit on and was zipping around, giving orders here, giving orders there, giving orders there. And it's the obvious situation where it's like, I've been to this McDonald's several times. I know the old guy working the fryer. I know most of the little guys. There's sometimes new kids come and go. That's fine, but you got your consistent players, and you know how they operate because they just got a big thing with McDonald's now where you can see clear into the back. And I've worked in a McDonald's. I have an idea of exactly how things work. And he was the kind of crew trainer who was clearly brought in because, that McDonald's, they get orders wrong all the fucking time. The area supervisor? Yeah. He was clearly brought in because at McDonald's, like every fucking restaurant in the entire city, constantly gets orders wrong. Like nobody in this town knows how to read an order and actually do it. It's not just a problem of this Mickey D's. Like I never get my sauces when I order. Except last night, I got my sauces. I got a hell of a lot of sauces. They were like, "Hey, you got a 20-piece? You can get 3 packets of sauce." And I'm like, okay, just 3 packets of hot mustard. Just send that out to me. I'm going to assume I'm going to open up the box and there ain't going to be shit but chicken. I got it and I had like 10 packets of hot mustard. Like, take the sauce. I'm like, oh, okay, geez. On to number 9, no pickles. Even number 6, with pickles. 2 number 9s. Number 9 large. Number 6 with extra dip. And a large soda. Oh, but yeah, he was just giving orders out, telling people do this, and it obviously was not helping because like the old guy in the back working the fryer, he's like, "Well, we're out of chicken nuggets now." It's like, "Well, you should have put more down." It's like, "You told me not to." Now we're out. I would have had chicken nuggets, but you said we didn't need them, but now we obviously need them. Like I told you. Just put the chicken nuggets down. I'll put the chicken nuggets down. And all this stuff, the guy in the front, he's trying to like put the things together, get the orders together. It's like, this has to go out there. It's like, okay, which ones? All that. So all this? No, not that. It's like, that's what I was asking. It's like, okay, thank you. Like, and you, mop over here. This looks terrible. It's like, I've been mopping over there, back there, like you told me to before. I've been doing that. It's like, I don't see you doing anything. Well, I'm sorry you can't see through walls, but I've been doing that over there. And yeah, so he's just going around doing that. And it's just a total shit show in the McDonald's. And the absolute thing that just was the icing on the cake. Was the area supervisor's just absolutely wonderful customer service he provided to the fucking meth head. Like, this guy, he looks like he hasn't bathed in like at least 2 weeks, wearing an extremely loose, very dirty wife beater paired with baggy ass basketball shorts. No shoes or socks. Like, the no shirt, no shoes, no service policy is clearly being broken here. And he's coming in and he's there like, hey, yeah, I don't you forgot apple pie. And he's just like all over the counter like this shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And the manager, the area manager there, is they're like, oh yes, sir, of course. Then we'll get this. I'm thinking like, does this guy know him? Is he buying drugs from him? What the fuck is going on here? So it's just, what the hell? Oh God. So yeah, the big manager guy was there to make sure they got their orders right, and he was helping out that poor man whose only problem is his lack of apple pies. Oh, McDonald's would never survive with that type of stuff in my area. And Dragon Chicopee, Main Dragon Chicopee, Maryland. If this could just stay in focus, that would be wonderful. Massachusetts. Basically, restaurant row. Hi, Tara. Yeah, Tara, you're blocking the rear camera, Tara. I need the mirror there in order for anyone to be able to see me. Now all they see is your cat ass. Well, I've been in places where I think it was that McDonald's where there was a Karen there, just having a lovely time, just reaming the people in the back about exactly how have they made their how fresh are their buns, because if their buns weren't baked within the last couple of hours, then their kids are not going to eat this McDonald's. They have very high standards for their McDonald's. It's like, yeah. I just think, like, of all the fucking places, this fucking backwater ass town we live in, a fucking McDonald's. And no restaurant in this whole place knows how to get their shit right, except with the possible exception of Waffle House. I don't think I've ever not gotten what I ordered at Waffle House. Well, yeah, I know it's a dine-in experience. So if there's like something missing, you're sitting right there by the thing. You're like, hey, can you pass that? And they're like, oh, sure, no problem. But I don't even remember having to do that. Panera is the good one here. I got a Panera it's like the next town over. They got a Panera. Yeah, it's pretty good. Oh, it kind of scared my fiance a little bit. And I don't know about scared, but she's like worried about my health and my dietary choices. I went to Panera. She got like a broccoli cheese soup. She's like, yes, this is the best soup in the world. You have to try it. And I'm like, I'm good. I know what I want. I haven't been to a Panera in years. I used to frequent Panera all the time. I know exactly what I want to eat from Panera. My good man. 1 loaf of Asiago cheese bread. She's there like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Mess ups of the KFC never come out properly. Oh boy. Saddest restaurant in our town is the Dunkin' Donuts. Actually, truck in the donuts. Oh. I don't even think they do that at this one. I mean, the Dunkin' Donuts we got here used to be a Pizza Hut before the Pizza Hut decided that they can't afford to have their own Pizza Hut. So they tore down, well, they didn't tear down that pizza. They abandoned that Pizza Hut to set up another Pizza Hut across the street from that Pizza Hut in the strip mall, a mini Pizza Hut. Because they're like, we can't afford to be that much of a Pizza Hut. This town ain't big enough for that kind of Pizza Hut. We need to have the tiny Pizza Hut. Just leave that Pizza Hut over there. Dunkin' wants to buy it. Fucking let Dunkin' buy that Pizza Hut. They can build a Dunkin' Donuts in that Pizza Hut, and they did, and they added a drive-through, even though there's the parking lot was not set up for a drive-through. So it literally, like, you have the building and the parking lot. There is no way around the building. So what you do is in the parking lot, the drive-through lane is marked out where you like just go around the back of the parking lot and loop back around, then drive next to the building and then drive out of the parking lot. It's interesting. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they bake their own donuts. Like they've had lots of problems of running out of donuts plenty of times in that Dunkin' Donuts. And when I've gone there, I haven't had any especially shitty donuts out of that Dunkin' Donuts. So, and it's the Dunkin' Donuts Baskin Robbins, so they got the ice cream thing like right next to it. I'm like, not here for that. If I want ice cream, I'm going down into the store and getting, well, I guess not Bluebell anymore because they don't have the little plastic around to make sure that people don't pop the lid and lick the shit out of it. So I'm getting Breyers. My favorite donut, plain cake. It's a donut. It's the classic donut. It tastes like, other than if you want to say like a flavored donut, then powdered cinnamon is usually what I go for bought in the store. They don't have that at Dunkin' though, so I tend to go for more of like a glazed blueberry or just glazed chocolate cake. That tends to be a nice flavored one. But plain cake is fucking awesome. Okay. Just think of getting some yellow cake batter and deep frying it. That's pretty much the same thing. It tastes nice. French cruller. I've always found this to be just very airy. I know that's kind of the point, but growing up starving to death, like when you're introduced to any kind of food stuff, your question is, okay, how dense is it? How many calories? The more, the better. And get the price down so I can afford this shit. So the small ass family food joint that's no joke, 5 to 10 square, that only does drive-through in a parking lot full of other shops. And that shop's so popular, it actually has had 3 accidents. Damn. Small with only 1 worker at a time. They got this Hush Puppy seafood nearby. You can't go around it, but it's just this tiny little spot in the parking lot. They do have a dine in there, but there's no interior. There's just like a porch on the side with some chairs, places with people sitting on them. Well, not with them sitting. If people are sitting on them, you can't sit there. But the places where the people aren't sitting that they can, you can sit. Yeah? Follow me? Okay. 5 by 10 feet. Okay. Not even kidding. This place is great, but it's small as hell. Great and worth the wait. Okay. Oh God. There's speaking of like eating and driving and going, and there's Halloween Horror Nights coming. There's a lot of things that could have happened today that aren't, which is unfortunate. Things have been really busy. I'm personally a little, I feel like I could have done a better riff yesterday. But I'm hoping that I can get in contact with more people to actually work together on riffs again, because I feel like those riffs, when you have more than one person present, are a lot better. Like, just 3 I find to be like the best number. Maybe it's just because that's Mystery Science Theater 3000, but I feel like that's enough people where you pretty much always have someone commentating and you have the least amount of people trying to talk over each other. So yeah, just having just myself there for a simple riff. I feel like it's lacking, and that's what I've been doing for a while, and that's not good. If I want to have quality, I need to actually work for the quality. So yeah, got a new mic, so you could. Oh, we could see that could be fun. Got sidetracked. It's hard to just keep it up by yourself the whole time. Like I always feel towards the end, I'm not talking nearly enough. So, but always I end up in the idea of the riff is kind of just more of a Mystery Science Theater 3000 thing. Like, hey, let's just have some fun, not necessarily be serious. But I always find myself falling into the fact that I'm me, and I'm just looking at the movie like, hey, wait a fucking minute. But oh well. What was it? Oh yeah, the things that were there were things that were rolling around and ideas of what to talk about on Live and Wired. Things that might have been coming up that look like they aren't, and yeah, there's that stuff. Number one, this week's actually been crazy enough that I sent Mr. Massari, John Massari, composer for Killer Clowns from Outer Space and many, many others. I actually told him, hey, yeah, don't think I can have you on Live and Wired this week. I'm just really busy. Fortunately, he's also incredibly busy this weekend, so we kind of came to a mutual agreement very easily there. But like, yes, that Massari. We've had him on Live and Wired before. He was on episode 4. He actually stuck around for the entire episode, which was really cool. He had a lot of very music-related insights to a lot of the news we had going on, which was really cool. There's some stuff I wanted to just talk to him about in general. Like we talk about video games a lot, and music and video games go together pretty well. Yeah, very important. And I'm personally wondering if he's heard any really nice music in any games lately, and I was wondering about suggesting that he take a listen to the soundtrack of A Plague Tale: Innocence, not necessarily because it's amazingly original and just no one else has made sounds like this before, but in that it matches the gameplay and just fits the mood of the world so well. And it has a few kind of cliche trappings it falls back on, but for the most part, I was really, really impressed with the musical direction in A Plague Tale, and I'm wondering what Mr. Massari would think. Killer Clowns and video game would go together very well. Playing as the humans or as the clowns? Because I can think of what you do as a killer clown. Like, let's go down, let's spread some popcorn around to grow some little clowny snakes. Let's cotton candy beam some people, suck them up with the big machine, bring them back, and like every once in a while you gotta restore your health. Just go back up to the ship, stick your crazy straw into the cotton candy, suck out the blood, like good. Now back to Earth, gonna get myself some more. 2-player game, 1 human, 1 clown. What if it's more like the like AVP 2010, where you could have the human character and the clown character. They have their own campaigns, and let's say a secret character you can play as critters. I don't know. One trying to stop the clan, one killing humans. Oh boy. I feel like playing as a clown would be very engaging. Playing as a human could be terrifying, though, which would also be interesting. Like that's one thing I like with AVP 2010. Well, the thing with AVP 2010 is it had the aliens, the predators, and the humans. So you had the 3, and the 3 works out pretty well in a lot of things. That's why a lot of real-time strategy games that have the multiple factions, you have 3 factions to choose from, and that's how things get mixed up. All that. Jason from Friday the 13th. He's a guy I could imagine taking a hit from a cotton candy ray and it not doing anything to him. That would be interesting. Yeah, the AVP Classic on Steam. I got that. I'm just terrible at it. Like, I played. I feel like when I was younger, I played AVP 2 on PC, and that went mostly well. The first, I remember now, I did play the original AVP, but I couldn't for very long because my computer just was fucking terrible with it. Like, I had a Celeron processor, so it didn't run well in the first place. And somewhere on the setup, it didn't agree with the game, and there was this massive memory leak. And I could play for a good 10 minutes before the frame rate started really getting bad. And then the longer I played, the worse the frame rate would get. And I literally sat there like, I wonder how long this is going to go on for. And I just sat there for a while until the frame rate was like one frame every 40 seconds or so. And I'm like, okay, I guess this isn't really playable anymore. And I try and turn it off and I can't, and it blue screens. I'm like, fuck. Do a video of that game. I got AVP 1, and I tried a few times to actually sit down and play it. The idea being, hey, I could play that on the channel. It would be real fun. It's a tough fucking game, and it is. Since I never really played it before, I don't really know what to do, and not knowing what to do in that game is a death sentence because the enemies still come out at you in random places, and if you're just running in circles, you're gonna die. You're gonna run out of ammo, and you're gonna die. Killer Clowns versus It. Well, they're both from space. You remember when sample discs came in gaming? Sample discs. In fact, the games basically give you a death sentence with no help before now. That's one reason why. Like, I've been playing Remnant from the Ashes with Charlie, and we've been having a pretty good time with it. We are of the opinion that it has its difficult moments, but it's not too hard. It's not unfairly hard. And compared to a lot of classic games, it's not hard. Like, the fact that you have unlimited lives, the fact that you don't lose anything really when you die, other than if you have any consumables that you used, you don't get them back. I mean, there is that. That is pretty much your death penalty right there. And we got past Earth. We're not too far in the game, honestly. We haven't had, like, I don't know if you know this, but I don't have as much time to play as you might think. But like, we got past the Earth, and we've got to Rom. So we're going around Rom, finding all kinds of new creatures, all this stuff where we got used to all the creatures on Earth. We saw them, we knew how they behaved, we were able to dodge around them and shoot them and fight them and all that stuff. Occasionally, one guy that we didn't know how they behaved came out, and they'd start messing with us until we learned how they behaved, and then we take them out fine, no problem. We get to Rom, and it's all new things. And so we go in, first thing, we get this stone village looking at like it's out of Planet of the Apes from the fucking Forbidden Zone, where shit's made out of rock, but there's also ruins everywhere. And fucking cannibalistic tribesmen walking around. We're like, okay, it's a couple of enemies. We know how this works. We've been on Earth. We know how the enemies work. There's going to be a few of them here, a few of them there. Let's take it out. Let's go through and check their houses and fucking loot what we can. It's going to be awesome. And, well, one big difference from Earth is that while the roots were kind of sparse and intermittent throughout the destroyed city, the inhabitants of Rom are relatively populated in their villages. There were a lot of motherfuckers that came for us. Well, we did manage to get past them eventually. Used a few dragon hearts in the process. Big crazy bastards rushing us with fucking elephant tusks tied to their forearms, just going ape shit and just trying to tear our shit up, and we're like, fuck. But we got past them, and when we found a nice little alcove that went down into this big high-ass tech looking tunnel, and we're like, okay, what's this? And we go down there, And this shit looks like, I swear, this fucking tunnel is. Am I bugging out? I might be. I don't know. Rip Fully Auto. Oh no. That did not work on them. I had to switch back to my. I had to switch back to my repeater pistol for range and my shotgun for dealing with them up close because they needed some serious burst damage at the right time. I got Scrapper, and they improved the Scrapper set bonus to give even more damage at up to 5 meters now instead of 2.5. So, boom. My shotgun does some work when I get close to them. Problem is, if I have to be close to them for it to work like that. But that's how I got past them. But then we found that little alcove down north that led to this very high-tech looking dungeon. So we're like, well, let's check out what this is all about. Go in there, and the whole place looks like a fucking spaceship. There's piping everywhere in a very H.R. Geiger kind of setup. Black goo dripping from the ceiling here and there. And the audio, the music sounded like it took more than a few cues from Alien. And I'm like, okay. I feel kind of at home, but at the same time terrified. Go down there, and then all the fuckers in there completely new as well. Not even the same as the assholes outside. And we got these tall ass motherfuckers, look like they're made out of black armor made out of muscles, with giant fucking ice cannons. So they start going at us, and we're like, fuck, this guy's really big. Is he like some new kind of strong fucking character that we're facing first thing? And like, no, actually, he's actually a trash mob. He's just really big and has a giant fucking ice cannon. I'm like, oh, okay. So we're fighting them, and then swarming down the fucking hallway, rushing us, these goddamn protomorph-looking motherfuckers. Tall, lanky, skinny, long fucking arms, big fucking claws, just going ham on us. And their friends, the slightly slower and pudgier radioactive version that likes to explode when you kill them. And then we got our friend in the back, who is kind of like a radiation mage that throws radiation balls at you in between taking his big fucking swords and going and swinging, and they come out and they got fucking ropes attached and they got ridiculous range. And he's just fucking, he's the strong one. He's the one that they make the little audio cue when he shows up to let you know this is an elite enemy. This one's the elite. He's gonna fuck you up. So you might want to strategize about that a little bit. The guys that explode grow new copies from the bits. No, they don't do quite like that yet. Now I'm terrified of what I'm going to face further in the game. But that's the same as it was, I guess. Tara, what the hell are you doing? Are you trying to eat a sticker and then wondering why it's getting stuck to your face? I gotta get that from her. Yeah, that's a sticker. That's a sticker. That was from the box where Chai Babe got her shampoo and makeup. But yeah, we eventually fight our way through there. We die a lot in there. We just keep getting fucking swarmed from those things. And then I eventually find out that the swarming bastards, they just respawn. Which is like a new thing. Like, I don't know if it may be the floating head bastard, because there was one of those kicking around that we didn't quite get to destroy. But the floating head screaming bastards, they might spawn them in. I don't know, but I do know that there was a whole bunch that chased us down from down one hallway. So then I ran down that hallway and looked, and it was like a dead end, nothing, can't go anywhere. And then we're heading out, and then a whole new bunch spawned from there as well, chasing us down. I'm like, fuck. Had to switch out my weapons there for dealing with most of the swarming assholes. They didn't have too many hit points, so I figured, you know what I need is rapid fire and a huge magazine. So went with the Chicago typewriter. And so I got out the Chicago typewriter for them, and then for range, I stuck to my Magnum revolver for doing good critical damage on big bastards without having to get close to them. And I don't know about having to get too close anyway. And so yeah, those fucks. Full auto and a fire animal. Yeah, that's what I had to do for those bastards. So we do finally eventually get to the end of that particular dungeon, and it opens up to a boss area, and we're like, oh yay, what the hell are they gonna throw at us now? And mostly it was actually not that bad. We beat the boss section first try because it wasn't really a boss. It was one of those, hey, survive the wave of assholes. And I'm like, well, that's what we've been doing all this time, so we got plenty of practice. So they send a shitload of guys at us, and I'm there trying to take them down. They're trying to take us down. I'm there popping my heel thing, going, boom, getting a big thing going around us, trying to keep us alive. That runs out. One of us drops. We got to get back up with the Dragon Heart. And then I'm like, you know what? I got this power equipped. I'm going to fucking use it because these assholes coming in with melee are going to tear their own shit up. And I'm like, shoom, Mantle of Thorns. Increased my melee defense and gave myself a damage shield, where those motherfuckers hurt themselves for 200% the damage that they would have done to me, and they go down fast when you do that. But I still take lots of damage for that, so I still can't let them hit me too much. But either way, we do eventually tear them down, and the only real surprise is that we had a couple of tribal guys also show up who had modern weapons. One of them had an assault rifle, another one had a rocket launcher. Well, like 3 more had rocket launchers. And we eventually take all of them down, and we're like, fine, done, did it. What the fuck do we get for our troubles? And get in the last room, and we get a beam rifle. And that's the thing with loot in Remnant from the Ashes. Mostly you just upgrade what you got. There was actually no real catch. We beat that boss first try. It was going through the city, got our asses kicked a couple times. Going through the spaceship, got our asses kicked many times. Get to the boss, beat it first try. Boss. It wasn't really a boss. If it's not a specific tough-ass fucking enemy who has a shitload of little friends who are never going to run out trying to kill you at the same time, it really doesn't count as a boss in Remnant. But yeah. So, we got the beam rifle, and like I said, in Remnant, the loot, most of what you find is scrap, which is your currency, and crafting components. Iron, forged iron is what we're finding now on ROM. And you just take the gear you have and you upgrade it. And that's one very nice thing on that is the fact that there really isn't useless gear. You just want to collect all of it to increase the amount of options you have. Like, my Chicago typewriter wasn't stronger than my shotgun, even though my shotgun was technically my starter weapon. But the Chicago typewriter was just better suited for the things I was facing at the time. So that's why I switched to that. So yeah, but also in order to keep all of your weapons up to snuff, it helps to find the ones you like and concentrate on upgrading those, because you only have so many crafting materials. Eventually, you can max out everything, as far as I know. But yeah, before you do that, you still sort of concentrate on what you're doing and figuring out what you like doing anyway. But yeah, so Compare that though to a classic kind of game where it's just no, fuck you. How many times we have been told, okay, no, and just you're out of continues, just start the whole game over. That's the kind of games that they were back in the day. And that reminds me, there's a talk of we're probably going to be talking about this on Live and Wired as well. But there's the talk of the Lion King and Aladdin games being sort of remastered. Now, interestingly enough, from that, I've heard very little about exactly which ones. From what I understand, it's like every single one that came out in the 16-bit era, including the handheld ones, except the SNES version, which is kind of funny. The SNES version of Aladdin. It's kind of funny to me because that's the version that everyone said was like way better, and it's also the version I didn't play because I had a Sega Genesis. But they said that there were lots of things about the Genesis version that were better, but the SNES version had a lot of other things that were better. Like when it came to escaping the Cave of Wonders on the Sega Genesis, you had a pain in the ass side-scrolling flying carpet segment, move up and down, avoid rocks, and do stuff. In the Super Nintendo, as far as I remember from like pictures and shit, you had a behind the character camera angle with Mode 7 lava room just zipping by, and sprite scaling with shit coming at you that you got to move around, like space area style, I guess you could say. Dobby, what are you doing? Dobby, if you want people to see, you're going to have to come over here. Dobby, come on. There he is, the big bastard. Dobby, you're making the camera go out of focus. Yes, you a pudgy bastard. Yes, Dobby. Now, could you please move? Just slightly faster. Not backwards, Dobby. Not backwards. Yes, there's a mirror there. That's. Hey, the other cats. Have you heard a word on them? Oh, couple of things. Pardon? There's the other cats. Like there's the box of kittens cats, or like those the box of kittens cats. We kept Koban. Sadler found a new home, and what is her name again? Princess, I think maybe. She found a new home. Like Sadler, Princess found a new home, kept Koban. I think the one was named Princess. I can't remember. It's been so long. But there was also a new batch of kittens. There was a kitten found in a wall at the foster mother's job, and she brought them home and named them Nene. And then they got out and ran off, and everyone was really sad for a while. And the twins went out looking for them and found was asking around the neighborhood, found a house with a couple other kittens that they were looking to have be adopted somewhere. So they took them in. Their names are Echo and Abby. Echo and Marilyn. Or is it? No, Echo and Monroe. It's a boy, but they got the little black spot on the face right there. Looks like a mole, so they're named Monroe. But then, like 3 weeks later, where everyone's already sad and like accepted the accepted things have just not worked out nicely. Koban is there looking out the back door and like, hey, we got some shit over here. And so twins go looking, And there's Nene sitting at the back door, like, "Hey, yeah, I'm a little hungry. I remember there's food here." And so she's fine. She's now much nicer with the peoples, but she's not so keen around big black cats. So that probably the big Tom that's kind of feral cat around the neighborhood there probably had a run-in with that. That's not good. But they're safe, they're sound, they're all back, and everything's looking okay. So yay. House is cat septic. No, that's the old place right now. In this place, all I got is Tara and Dobby. Dobby is Charlie's cat. Tara is my cat. Charlie is this little lady. Her cat is a big old fluffy boy. I'm a big old fluffy boy, and my cat is a little lady. Tara, come on. Tara, we talk about cats. You can't talk about cats and not show cats. Look at his cat. Look at his cat. Yeah, Tara, that's you. Ah. Tara's the channel's cat. She's our mascot. Maybe. She was a stray. Just breaking into the Kroger I used to work. Well, not breaking in, but when they'd open the receiving doors in the morning because, hey, it's a nice idea to get ourselves some trucks in here and such. And sometimes at night, she had to kind of go in and she'd come in and try and hunt Dobby. Yeah, I can't just let you out every time you. I can't. Don't you at me. When I had the little beard, I have been trimming it a bit, like, and I mean, just kind of going at it with a pair of scissors, as you can tell. But it's just like it wasn't. Like Charlie was telling me, hey, you should probably trim your beard. You'd look a lot better. And I'd be like, nah, I wouldn't. Nah, I wouldn't. I like the long beard. And she's like, you'd look better. I'm like, I don't care what you think I'd look like. I like the look of it being longer. And she's like, you look homeless. I'm like, fuck. So I've been trying to just keep it just groomed enough so that I don't look homeless. It's like I could still have a beard, but make it look like I actually give a damn a bit about how I look and not just fuck it. Although I do enjoy just fuck it, but I mean, I have been shaving to size. Like that was what I would do. I'm like, okay, that is how you tell that I care. And they're like, nah, it still looks like you're homeless. I'm like, well, fuck. I think everyone who's had a cat for a while tends to talk to the cats that way. Well, maybe not everyone. Maybe not everyone. But Dobby, he likes to just sit up there and throw game cases on the floor in order to get our attention to say, hey, I'd like to go outside and eat some grass now. Personality who's homeless. Just about. Oh, that's the other thing. There's a Halloween Horror Nights that's going on in Universal Studios Orlando and Hollywood next weekend, and that Killer Clowns from Outer Space is going to be there, and Mr. Masari has invited me several times, like. Not in the terms of paying the way, but saying, hey, I'll be there too. we could do something. It'd be good for your channel. Like stuff like he likes the idea of getting killer clowns from outer space out there more. And I don't know, it just he's very nice. But my problem is like the channel on YouTube right now has just been monetarily has been doing fucking terrible. Last couple of days have seen it looking better. That just put up 2 videos back to back pretty much. But like the sub growth went from like 3,000 a month down to 700, and it's like fuck. So much for passing up Brad Jones. Unless he continues to fuck over his own channel and just lose subscribers at such an astonishing rate, I end up passing him that way. But besides that, besides all the fun of internet drama and just internet rivalries that the other side of the rivalry probably doesn't even know the first side even exists, and I just like, you know what, I don't fucking care about the drama and stuff. I'm just trying to get past you because you still have clout, and he's there just like, fuck it, my life is collapsing around me, and I'm here like, fuck it, my life is collapsing around me, but it might collapse slightly slower than your life. But yeah, I try to calculate exactly like if I want to get there, the best option I have is to drive, which is like 500 miles each way to Florida. So that'd be 1,000 miles. So that'd be refilling the gas tank like 4 times or so, just, that kind of thing. So that we're looking at like $150 worth of gas for that. Or I could fly and it would cost just, $600, $700, $800, depending on exactly which ticket you get. And I was like, ugh. Better with the stash? That's what Charlie told me too. Well, I mean, I had been growing out my mustache around the time I met her. I had just really started growing it, and it was one of the first things I said was like, "Oh, just doing this now." So just as soon as this month is over, I'm probably just gonna like get rid of it. And she's like, "No, keep. I like the mustache. You keep." I'm like, "Okay, I keep." But yeah. Oh, broke my neck. But yeah. When we get in that story, which story? The meeting of the Char. It's not that interesting of a story, I don't think. It's just, I guess it has its moments. But I just want to say on the Halloween Horror Nights, like I want to go, but because I really have like no spare funds right now, that's not looking like it's gonna happen. I think the only real option I would have had would have been to say, hey, what if on this Live and Wired I just say, you know what, funding right now, surprise, let's just get that going and see if we can fund my ass going there right now. The problem with that aspect, of course, being like, what are we doing? Asking everyone for super chats? Well, then YouTube's going to take 30% of everything anyway. So if I want to make 500, I'm going to have to ask for like 750. And then we're talking about something that's like right around the corner, and this is like a last-ditch effort going from 0 to complete, and it's really something that you have to have all of it, or else it's like, if I get half as much, that's not going to work, and I'll just have a whole bunch of money that I won't be able to use for the thing that it was specifically donated for. So that's not a good look. And so I'm like, this is just, that's not happening. That is not happening. That is unfortunate, but that is not happening. That is a move, so I can get that steak right there. What? There's a. It's just. I myself, I had just been. I was just trying to think of like the long and short of the story of the meeting of the Cha, and it was just. I yeah, the unlisted and private streams you can't super chat on. Uh, but yeah, the brain. Hi Tara. Yeah, you're at the top of the tree. I know, but I'm doing a live stream right now. You can eat grass later. It's okay, Tara girl. Well, I mean, the problem is that I was saying, like, if it doesn't go 100%, then it's not going to work. So that's a big ask. Just straight up, just eBay my ass off, like the hardest that I think I've ever done in my life, and probably is what would most likely happen is you'd get sympathy donations from 30 to 100 total above what you'd normally get on Live and Wired anyway. And that would make for at most about $70 towards it after Google is done taking their cut. Now, the thing is, when it comes to being able to actually go, I could technically say, hey, donate, and then I will go and be able to go immediately because I do have money in my bank account, but it's held to pay taxes for all the money that was made over the year. It's how it works when you're self-employed. So I do, if I knew that I had the funds coming to pay for it, I could take the money in the bank right now and go use it on that. But it's such a big, it's like, no. the only hope would be to just say, hey, I hope that there is some millionaire watching Live and Wired right now who just listens to the plight of that poor man over there on the internet who spends all his time watching movies and talking about them and oh how hard his life is. No, that's not gonna go. We just take the D. It's like no, take the L, not the D. Yeah, the L. I know the L. Take the L and accept that I am not going to go to Halloween Horror Nights. Take the knee. Well, I guess that also, or take a knee. Well, take a knee is like to rest. To bend the knee is just to surrender to. Don't have a rich uncle, have an uncle rich. It always works out that way, doesn't it? But yeah, the story of the meeting of the Cha. I was just, for a long time, just like not in any kind of relationship. Like, I was like with one of the twins. I was like in a relationship, but nothing ever happened. Like it was an agreed upon kind of thing. Like, hey, I like you, and hey, I like you too. And, hey, you want to see about this going place? Sure. And that's as far as it went. So it's like something, please, anything. Come on. So for several years already, we agreed upon like this is clearly going nowhere. Friends is fine because that's what we already are anyway, and that's kind of how that went. So eventually I was like, but I would really, really actually like an actual relationship. So I'm like, fuck it, I have an OkCupid account that I've had for fucking ever. So why not fire it back up, update it, and see what the hell happens around this area? And I got the big array of people around here and such, and there was some nice folks, and they're like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm not certainly financially stable, but hey, I gotta wear a gown. I'm not going on saying, "Hello, everyone. I am a high-end internet personality, internet celebrity, perhaps even." Well, do you want to be internet famous? Well, all you got to do is hop on, and maybe you'll make it into a video. Like that's not the angle I went. I was just kind of like, I have my income. It's not the best right now. I can't drive yet. I don't got a license. It's not the easiest sell, but hey, here I am. Here's my likes and my dislikes. What you think? And yeah, like nobody nobody was responding to that for some strange reason. But there was one person who matched very high after I had updated my likes and dislikes to more accurately reflect me now versus me in like 2005. And at the top, with like an 87% match or something like at least that, like this near perfect match, well and above, like over 10 percentile points of a match, better than anyone else in the area. They live just down the street, 4 miles away. Zombabe. I'm like, Zombabe? Well, that sounds fun. And so I'm clicking on the Zombabe, and I see Charlie's face, and she's there, and she got a smile, and it's like cute as all hell. And she got her hair dyed and like all kinds of niceties, and her profile is written, and first lines of it are, "I have cerebral palsy, the sexiest of the palsies." And I'm there like, ooh. Then I'm getting second thoughts. I'm like, she's special needs. She's already a woman, and now she's special needs. Shit. So I'm there. I'm like, what do I do? I don't know. What do I do? I guess definitely everything about her profile. She's like, hey, I like food, I like video games, and I like alcohol on occasion. I'm like, yes, I also like these things. And so, but I'm still having second thoughts just because, cerebral palsy, it is a big thing. And so I'm there and I'm thinking like, I don't know. And I'm talking with Cody then. I need to catch back up with him. It's been a long time since we've had a good chat. But yeah, I'm chatting with him, and I'm mentioning all this stuff because she's every teenage girl I've met online in recent months. But so I'm talking with Cody, and I'm like, he's like, hey, how's the things going with that? I'm like, yeah, I sent messages them, and no response. And he's like, what about that other one? I'm like, the what? It's the zombie girl. Zombabe? Yeah, Zombabe. What about her? Well, I don't know. I was like, what do you mean you don't know? She's got cerebral palsy. And he's like, he just snaps. He's like, that doesn't fucking matter, you idiot. I'm like, okay. So then I go back and I'm like looking like, okay, fuck it. I'll send her a message. I'll do it. She looks nice. And the thing that was there, like, I don't know, maybe that's not going to be the best thing. Really doesn't matter when you break it down. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to send her the message. And I go, she's not on Match.com anymore. Or OkCupid. She's not on OkCupid. And I'm like, oh. Shit. So I'm like, fuck. So then I'm like, she's a local lady. I'll just keep an eye out for anyone in a wheelchair who is incredibly hot. I hope for the best. And Eventually, like, was it 2 weeks later or 1 week later? It wasn't too much longer. Uh, her profile reappeared. And so it's like, finally, I can send a message. So send her a message. And I'm like, hey, I noticed you were on before, and then you disappeared. Is everything all right? No one decided to be a horrible internet bully towards you, did they? And she was like, no, I just didn't feel like using this service. I'm like, oh well. I mean, I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you. She's like, I'm a big girl. I can take care of myself. I'm like, okay. What? You want to hang out sometime? And she was like, fine. And that's what happened. So that's kind of how the initial kind of. Are you sure? It's kind of how the initial thing went, and went down and met up with her first time. I was kind of sad because she had re-dyed her hair from green to blue, and I'm like, ah. But it wasn't as bad as I thought because she dyes her hair like a different color every couple of weeks. Sometimes does it during halftime, and I'm not entirely sure how the hell she pulls it off, but that's what she does. In a Christian Minecraft roleplay server, pretty much. Ugh. But yeah, we met up, and I was the whole first day was spent with me. Just pretty much talking and not being able to understand her yet. Is the problem with cerebral palsy. Sometimes it makes it hard to be able to speak clearly, or at least in the same clarity as a able-bodied person. So I was just having to get used to that, and I'm like, yep. So, oh well. My hair's gone through more colors than a rainbow convention. I've been wondering about doing the YouTube thing from like a few years ago and just dyeing my hair. Or just the beard. Just the beard. You got a blue beard. How about that? Waiting for her to appear behind me with a knife. Dressed as Myers or not? We talking wheelchair Myers here, or is it just going to be Charlie with a knife? Oh, man. Okay, just Charlie with a knife. Okay. Had a lot of fun with Wheelchair Myers, though. She's kind of become a character in the show. Oh, stretchy. Brain. But yeah. Been about the hour. Baby Jane 2 Wheelchair Revenge? I do not know. But I think I'm never, ever going to use YouTube webcam streaming again. I've got OBS on the Surface. I could just fire that up and say, okay, send the stream to this location and have it going to the YouTube server. It'd probably be better because then at least I know in OBS I can just save the front webcam and it'll just stay that way. It won't just surprise me and become the rear webcam. And if somehow that's not working, I just remove all the things and then add it as the stream's going, and boom. Done. No problem. Yeah. Got my Switch here and got Astral Chain. This came out yesterday. It's been fun, but spent most of yesterday playing. Well, not most of yesterday, but most of my game time yesterday playing Remnant from the Ashes with Charlie still, because it's a lot of fun. Hopefully it'll work. The mirror's giving me Imaginos vibes. Challenge to a Pokemon battle? I haven't played my Pokemon Let's Go in like since the last time I told you how far I got. I'm still as far as that. So yeah. I could always do how many mugs would I have to sell in order to actually let me check real quick. I'm gonna say, hey, calculator. If I'm making $6 a mug and I need $500, we divide 500 by 6. I'm gonna need to sell 84 mugs. So if absolutely everybody watching Live and Wired buys a mug, oh yeah, getting a mug soon. Yeah, I've been trying to take the mugs off of the store on YouTube, but from last I checked, they were still showing up. Whoa, just trying to move the thing. Okay, that's not working. Is that not? Okay, that's just where it is. Okay, it's not showing up here. I was just trying to see if if the mugs would show up here, but yeah, the mugs have still been showing up on YouTube, and they're not supposed to. I removed it from the store. I deleted the listing. I deleted I removed the item. It's just the fact that the mug I got from YouTube is. This in this tiny ass box is like, no. Tiny ass box, not marked as fragile, and gee, it arrived smashed to shit. Fucking great. So that's why the first thing I did was try and remove it from the store. And every time I look, it's still there. So, yeah. If you see that mug showing up on the YouTube store under the thing, don't buy it. This here is a Live and Wired mug. This is specifically the one with the thermal activated coating, so it just looks like a black mug until you fill it with hot liquid, and then it has the Live and Wired logo appear. You can sort of see a little bit of the lettering if you look real close. It's easier to see it with the naked eye than through the camera. Prefer cold liquids? Yeah, there's the other 2 mugs available on Streamlabs on Twitch. If you put iced tea in it, it just stays black. If you prefer cold liquids, there's the other mugs on Streamlabs on Twitch, where you've got the white mug with the red Live and Wired text on it. Also, this particular one with the thermal coating is not dishwasher safe. It says you're supposed to only hand wash this one. Okay. Whew. Charlie thinks I'm crazy for drinking milk, just like milk. And I'm like, but I've got my European ancestry, and that's what allowed them to survive. Well, if I have one small dish that I have to hand wash and it's a live and wired mug, I can accept that personally. Have not tried goat's milk, have tried goat cheese. Goat cheese is an odd one. It's kind of like cream cheese, except it's from a goat. But yeah, I should call this stream soon. I've got to get ready for tonight. Gotta get up, and I'm thinking because Dobby kept just fucking with shit all night, and I kept waking me up. I gotta personally lay the fuck back down for a while until I finish getting my sleep, and then get up and get ready for Live and Wired. So, thank you all for joining. I've been Decker Shadow. And remember, don't buy the Teespring mug from YouTube. That is not. No. You get your mugs off of Streamlabs. They actually package it in like big boxes with padding and tape that says fragile. So if it breaks, someone really fucked up. If you ever go to New York City, you should check out The Ride. Kind of a vague name in a big place. Good night, everybody. Well, good morning. Good afternoon.